Alrighty then. Hello, truth seekers. Today is the 27th of February, 2025. I'm not really sure if that is the proper address or the address. Date. Yeah, date. Because I think we're supposed to have 13 months. So, wherever we're at, I don't know. But the lie that we're living in right now, it is the 27th of February, 2025. That's what I have written down there. And that's what that thing up there on the wall says. So that's what we have to go by at this current moment in time. And we're all here for episode 106 of Life, Liberty, and Hines with Brian Hines, your host. And that is me. Who am I? Just a irritated American citizen. Maybe a patriot. I don't know. But somebody that really hates fake news. Sort of like I liked the day that Trump came down the escalator. I said he's going to be the president. I was in a room full of people, and I said he was going to be president. Before he even opened his mouth, he was at the top of the escalator. Him and Melania had just gotten on the escalator. And I said, there's our next president. Because I've said it a couple times, and I can't say it enough. There's too many people out there, many of you, I'm pretty sure, because most people believe that Hillary Clinton was supposed to be president in 2016. The winner, meaning President 17. But no, being that we know that they, as in the government, is basically one group of individuals with a couple outstanders. Black sheep. Yeah. Like Kennedy. He's a black sheep. Not RFK. No. Kennedy, Southern, the accent. What's his first? I think he's from South Carolina. But he's one of those. And then, Gates. He's another one of those rhinos. But other than that, they're all the same. And we're here to fight back against them. I sort of might have lost my train of thought right there. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about? They were all against us at one time. We had an election. Things changed. And here we are. And pushing back against mainstream media. Providing useful information. Hopefully. I mean, I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not out there doing work. I have a job. I work. My hands are all dirty. I'm an auto technician. But I try to follow trustworthy resources. I tell people my algorithm's a little different than yours. That's why I know this stuff. Because people say, how do you know that? Like, my algorithm's a little different. But it's what I'm doing. I'm fighting back. Or just providing useful information. Anyway, you can follow me on True Social, Getter, Instagram, and sort of simple. My name's Brian Hines. There I am. Not on Facebook or X. Never was on X. I was on Twitter. I got banned quite a while ago. And then Facebook, I just opened an account somewhat recently, and of course I am banned already. Might have took them like 3 weeks. And I was trying to be nice. I mean, the same stuff I say on True Social and Getter that I don't get banned for. But whatever. Anyway, you can follow me. True Social, Getter, Instagram. I don't do very much on Instagram. I'm sort of like a follow back. That's about it. Comment a couple times. My better algorithm is on True Social. So that's where I like to get information from. Anyway, we gotta move on. RFK Jr. has formed a team to tackle childhood chronic disease crisis. Quote, unquote, that is, childhood chronic disease crisis. Well, it looks like they might be tackling vaccines, because it's looking like we have enough information out there that is hard to obtain, but it's out there. And it's looking like these vaccines that they force on our children to, say, go to school, or even right after they're born, they're already starting to stick needles in them and stuff. And then we find out that these vaccines that were mandatory could quite possibly be causing things like autism, allergies. Never know. Could end up being linked to things like arthritis. And, of course, cancer. Did they do it on purpose? Well, the stuff we're finding out today, most likely. Like that there, West Nile? No. Lyme disease. I believe it was Lyme. Might be West Nile. Could be both of them. But either way, one of them was designed on an island somewhere, like northeast United States. And it allegedly got off the island. Well, first of all, what was the United States government making diseases for? I almost want to say it was in West Nile. Yeah. Ticks have Lyme, mosquitoes, West Nile. I'm thinking it's that one. Anyway, all of this stuff you can check out. Not that stuff, but there is definitely a childhood chronic disease crisis. And RFK Jr., Make America Healthy Again, is on it. Doge found $2 billion set aside for fledgling nonprofit linked to Stacey Abrams. A not just a nonprofit. Not just a nonprofit. No. These people are so shrewd, so above the law. Yeah. Well, maybe not anymore, but we still haven't seen any prosecutions anywhere. No arrests, no nothing. I mean, maybe they did happen. I mean, there was that time during the 2016 campaign that Hillary Clinton was like tapped on the elbow, and she like tripped into the van with the assistance of the other FBI agent. It was like quite orchestrated looking. And I don't know. Hillary Clinton ain't looked the same since then. So some people's arrest might have been public. It was just hard to see. Anyway, that was a while ago. Imagine if Hillary Clinton was hauled off to Guantanamo Bay in October of 2016. Just imagine. People talking about a movie. Anytime you done seeing Hillary Clinton after that moment, she would have probably been fake if that was the case. Just saying. A lot of crazy things going on out there. that whole $2 billion set aside for Stacey Abrams, it's a fledgling nonprofit. They started a new nonprofit, and we're gonna funnel $2 billion right into Stacey Abrams' hands. So, I guess if you're being a criminal, Stacey Abrams, that is, being a criminal and doing the witch hunt stuff that she was doing, because falsifying crimes against someone is a crime, because you're like trying to harm somebody and their liberty interest, we'll say. So, Stacey Abrams and her crime breaking of following through with a witch hunt, as it's been referred to, or um, false prosecutions, false accusations. An incentive for her to continue this, because maybe one day she wake up and be like, man, this ain't right. I shouldn't do this anymore. Because people do that every day. Not too many Democrats do that every day, but people do that every day. So, what if Stacey Abrams does that? So what they do is they start this brand new nonprofit, and they put $2 billion with a B, just in case I didn't say that properly yet. $2 billion with a B for Stacey Abrams. Well, that's definitely a good incentive to continue a witch hunt against Trump. Just in case you woke up one day and were like, huh, maybe I should stop this. You'd be like, huh, no, $2 billion with a B. That's the stuff. And where'd they come up with that $2 billion? Our tax dollars. We gotta be about running out of that stuff. They just print new stuff and putting it. Our dollar is trash, let me tell you. Anyway, that's a different story. I got written down here for the next one. Wacko libtard. I'm pretty sure that was not in the article that I read, but I just threw it in there. Wacko libtard Maine Governor Janet Mills, of course a Democrat, thinks she will continue men in women's sports. It was I think it was like a 2-week-old video, but it's pretty good stuff. Because in case you didn't see it, when Trump signed that executive order, no men in women's sports, like common sense stuff. When he signed that, there was that there Janet Mills. She was there. She like opened her mouth and said like stupid stuff that she wasn't going to comply by the no men in women's sports thing. And Trump's like, oh, all right, then we'll just take funding away. And being Democrats are like greedy, like really greedy. They'll be like, oh, all right, she'll stop. Janet Mills will stop men in women's sports because she's greedy. Hopefully next time there's an election coming around for that particular spot, she's gone. Never know, she might be. That whole central casting thing. I mean, some of them are all out there, like a governor. They're not as important. They're not as evil. They might not have ate as many children as, say, Hillary Clinton. So they're allowed to stay out there like themselves and do, we'll say, ignorant stuff like will not comply with no men in women's sports. That's funny. I'm pretty sure Janet Mills is going to cower, if she hasn't already. Anyway, It was pretty funny. She was acting all tough and stuff in that meeting. We gotta move on. Zelensky. Fraud, I put there because Zelensky, I mentioned it here a while back. How Putin explained that Zelensky is a fraudulent president. So I'm gonna say that whatever Trump does with, to, or around Zelensky, it's just part of the movie for everybody basically, but more for those people that voted for Harris. Because if you voted for Harris, you're pretty stupid. She was a fraudulent nominee, candidate. Anyway, Zelensky, he's a fraudulent president. Putin explained it, and I talked about it here a long time ago. But anyway, he's going to repay all the money that the Democrats gave him with the mineral rights in Ukraine. That's good stuff. Whether he's a fraudulent president or not, central casting or not, doesn't matter. We have the mineral rights to Ukraine. And you know what? I'm pretty sure the money that we gave, I'm pretty sure the money that we gave, the devalued dollar that we gave, is worth way less than minerals that we're going to pull out of the ground in Ukraine. We're probably going to win like tenfold. But you know what? I'm not tired of winning yet. We got to move on. Trump signal signed. Should have made that D better. But Trump signed an executive order helping infertility issues for families. I've seen a little video of Kyle Busch's wife. She's all crying because she's happy and stuff because of this here particular bill. It's good stuff, Sometimes you're so happy you cry. Yeah, it's what happens. But these people go and record themselves. That's crazy right there. But anyway, that's what they want to do. Anyway, Trump signed the executive order helping infertility issues while Democrats promote Planned Parenthood. That's just insane. Pure black and white. Oil and water. Anyway, we move on. South Carolina has filed a bill to make ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine over the counter. So, they filed the bill. That's what the article said. Most likely it's on True Social if you want to follow me, look at it, whatever. Check out my profiles. Most of the stuff I repost, so I can't cover the whole story here, but it's pretty important stuff because how fake news bashed, despised the ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine was insane. When the whole medical industry, which is part of the fake news industry, because fake news has doctors working for them. So, I mean, it's just science stuff anyway. And they all knew that these two drugs were good. And they go and lied and said they're bad. Which has a lot to do with up there where it said that the people that voted for Harris There's so many signs in the last 9 years. So many signs. And that was one of them. They made such a big deal about ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. Bad, bad, bad. And then all of a sudden, South Carolina's filing a bill to make it over the counter, like it's Excedrin or Tylenol. Maybe it's going to replace those more harmful drugs. Something that is part of Make America Healthy Again? Lots of things are happening. Hey, look, a good judge. That's pretty rare, especially here on this show. But, Judge Trevor McFadden denied AP's request to access the White House. I didn't mention it here, but AP, they lost their access to the White House, press room, secretary, that stuff. And, they, tried to pester a judge to get it back, and they were denied. The AP does not need to go to the White House to figure out how to lie to their consumers. Just another way of shutting down fake news. They gotta go. These people that voted for Harris gotta stop watching it. And if they're too stupid to stop watching it on their own, we're just gonna have to take it away from them. People that lie every day, all the time. I see that stuff on the TV almost every day, 5 days a week, and it's pretty annoying. Let me tell you. I listen to 45 seconds of it, and I'm like, this is what they're lying about. I think I learned it from Rush Limbaugh. Yep. See right through fake news as lies. The fake news that I run into in the morning is Good Morning America. Yeah, that's it. It's not really news, but trust me, it's fake news. I think it's on ABC. It's that important. I can't quite remember, and I see it every day. But I'm pretty sure it's Good Morning America, and I'm pretty sure it's on ABC. And they're lying every day, just like any other fake news outlet. And get paid lots of money to do it. We gotta move on, because, oh yeah, that was some more winning anyway. The, AP's request denied. We're winning some more. Anyway, Dan Crenshaw, the Rhino, yeah, he could also kind of possibly be central casting at the moment, but they have to act their character. And Dan Crenshaw, the Rhino that he is not hiding his hatred of Tucker Carlson recently. It's quite it was worth mentioning here for you to check out if you want to. It's a little lengthy of a story to tell, and I only got 5 minutes left. So, Tucker Carlson, Dan Crenshaw, it's pretty funny stuff. In-N-Out Burger is moving headquarters from California to Tennessee. I typed that in there into the Google machine, and the stories that came up, they were like, most of them were like within the last 6 months about In-N-Out Burger moving, but they were covering all kinds of misinformation. It was like CBS was talking about it, and Fox News was talking about it, and they were all pretty much telling misinformation, when all they had to tell was Where did I get this one from? I don't know. It wasn't even a main outlet. But anyway, it was a pretty reliable source by looking at it. And In-N-Out Burger is moving from California to Tennessee. And of course, we know why. High taxes, and California's a shithole. No reason to make any of your employees have to work in California, even if they're office people. Just get out of California. Save some money. But yeah, there were multiple stories that were, no, it was like 2 months about In-N-Out Burger moving. When it was pretty simple. Why they were all telling those stupid stories was just to try to cover for the fact that California sucks. That's what fake news does. They cover for the state of California's suckiness. That's pretty pathetic. And we'll move on. A judge orders Fani Willis to testify under oath about crimes she committed against Trump during RICO case. I put the crimes she committed against Trump, but they worded it a little bit different in the article. But it's just easier to tell the story this way. That way I'm not telling their stuff and then explaining it that it's crimes against Trump during that RICO case thing, the Fani Willis thing. But yeah, she got to testify. So hey, you know what? We might have another good judge. And we'll move on to this, the last thing. 760 labs, like labs that make and design probably things to harm us, like China virus. 760 of them, their labs, are without funding since President Trump pulled us out of WHO. We're like 760% safe from that. 760 labs. That's a lot of money. Because these labs, each one of them, probably tens of millions of dollars. And we're funding 760 of them. And we probably weren't funding 100%. But if you're funding like 70%, oh yeah, you're closing it down. So, get this. Just because now in America we're saving a bunch of money, and things like this are happening, 760 labs are closing down. Now, these are going to be empty buildings. All because the evil elite of the world were doing dangerous and harmful stuff that could have possibly wiped out the planet. The movie Walking Dead, show Walking Dead, yeah, it looks all fake and stuff, but are they going to accidentally figure out how to do that in one of these labs that our tax dollars were funding? That's crazy to even think that. But we have the China virus to use as an example. Do they already have that such thing and just didn't let it out? Things to ponder. Anyway, Trump won, and this is the end of the show. And the Epstein List, phase 1. That's what it was. That's what happened today. I don't know what it was, but it was phase 1. Anyway, I'll see you in 7 days.